Hey, what's up, guys? It's Palace here, and because there's not a lot of games to talk about until I feel like Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, I think I'm gonna let you guys learn a little bit about me, and yeah, because I'm more of a newer channel, so I feel like you guys should learn some stuff about me. So I decided I'm gonna tell you guys a story. So this story starts off. It's my freshman year of high school. I'm coming in. I'm meeting like a lot of new people. Making a lot of friends. You know what I mean? It's nice. I'm having a lot of fun this year, and everything was going well. But at the time, I never really had to get into any conflict with people. Until my high school year. So this story takes place in my I think it's my biology class. It's like a science class, whatever. I forgot what it was, but it was I had this cool teacher. My class was nice and everything, but near the second semester, I got moved classes. So all the people I was cool with before, I got moved, and or I got moved into the like a different class or a different period or whatever. So I lost a lot of my friends in that class or whatever. So I had to make new friends and stuff like that. Where I really didn't try to, but there's people that want to be friends with me or whatever. I thought that was, it was a little hard to like make new friends. Especially like after like making like a bunch of friends already. So basically, I was in this class with a bunch of people I didn't know. Or I knew like some people, but like there was a bunch of people I didn't know. And there's one kid in the class. His name was Jacob. So this kid, I a lot of people knew who he was. I wasn't really friends with him. I never really had any problems with this guy. He was alright. I wouldn't say he was like a jerk or anything like that. He was kind of annoying. Like to me he was annoying. But I felt like for the most part he wasn't like a bad guy. You know what I mean? But at a certain point, he's been kind of annoying to me for like a while. Like he's been like, I don't know, it's like stuff he says like kind of made me mad and stuff like that. Like, but I'm not a very like I'm not super aggressive. You know what I mean? Like, so I didn't really I wasn't trying to like press him or nothing like that about anything like that. So basically what happened one day, I had a rough night or like a rough day, and he ended up he kept flicking his rubber band at the back of my neck, right? And like at the time, like I was super mad that day, so it made me even more mad. He kept like flicking the rubber band at the back of my neck, and I told him stop, and he kept going. So like he did it again and again and again, and like I kept telling him stop. I told him stop many times. He didn't want to listen. Like I told this nigga stop like 8 times. You know what I mean? Like chill. After about the 9th time, bro, I got up and I slapped the dog shit out of him, man. Like I snapped. I got so mad. Like I slapped him. Next thing you know, he starts squaring up with me, and he squares up. I'm bigger than him, by the way. I'm like 6'6", 6'7". I'm bigger than him. He squares up with me. He gets up. And then he starts bleeding. Like I remember he squares up and like his nose starts bleeding, and then one of his friends was in the classroom. He gets up. He takes him outside. You know what I mean? Like he's taking him outside the classroom, and then he's like walking with like a trail of blood. And at that time I'm thinking like, wow, like this kid really, they really tried to square at me. He's fucking with me. You know what I mean? But at the time I was annoyed. I'm not the type of person to take shit from people. You know what I mean? So as he walks out, the teacher in the classroom was like, whoa, hey, yo, you need to stay over here. I saw what happened, blah, 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 blah. Basically, I end up walking to the principal's office myself, and, I was like, yeah, I talked to the principal. She wasn't, I explained the situation and, everything that happened, perfectly. I didn't say anything, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say perfectly, but I explained what happened to her. The principal was like, yeah, you're very calm during the situation. I respect that, blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Usually kids who get in a fight have bad grades. Your grades are good. You know what I mean? Like, and I got a slap on the wrist, basically, because at the time, the day was Friday, right? So, with the school policy, I had to get suspended. I got suspended for 2 days, but usually the suspension was for 3 days, but she made it for 2. And at the time, I don't know, for some reason, it was like a weird like loophole. It was over the weekend, so I got suspended like over the weekend for those 2 days. And she was like, I hope you can come back to school and we can have this resolved or something like that. Blah 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 blah. Fast forward like to Monday, and basically I come to school, and I had this friend named Steven, right? And Steven was on the football team, mind you. His brother was on the football team, right? So I'm talking to my friend group, and my friend Steven comes up to me. He's like, yeah, bro, his brother's looking for you or something like that. Yeah, he told me. I was like, what? I was like, I was kind of surprised. I was like, this guy his brother's coming after me now. So I guess he was mad that because I'm bigger than him and I hit him or whatever. He thinks his brother's gonna take revenge for him and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, oh, like what? Like his brother he wasn't my. I think he's probably was my size at the time, but what I mean, his brother wanted to fight me or whatever, something like that. So at the time, I'm a freshman. His brother, I think, is a junior, or a senior, or something like that. So I'm a little intimidated. You know what I mean? I'm thinking like, oh, this guy wants to he's trying to fight me. Like, and here's the crazy part about it. So like I would have like the school I went to is a giant school. It's called I don't give too many details, but it's a giant school, and basically there's a lot of hallways, and like giant like there's like a giant courtyard and stuff like that. It's big, you know what I mean? So I would be walking around, and I would be seeing some of his friends and stuff like that, you know what I mean? I'd be seeing his brother's friends and stuff like that, and I see him looking at me and stuff like that. So I obviously felt a little worried about that. But the craziest part about it was I had to walk home after school, and this is probably the worst part. So for me to walk home, I had to walk through the middle school, like right next to the high school, and that's where the football arena was. And after I'd walk home from school, I would always see them. I would see him waiting. I see him and a group of people waiting for me to walk home, right? So I was low-key kind of scared. I was like, oh wow, this dude's waiting on me. He's waiting with a group of people, like all the football kids, like, you know what I mean? They're waiting for me to walk home. I'm thinking like, oh, I'm finna get jumped. I'm finna get jumped when I walk home. Basically, I'm like, wow, this is not good. So what I started doing, there's like a little neighborhood you can walk through to get where I needed to go, and so I started walking through there and avoiding them. But I would see this guy stalking me. He'd really be stalking me like a lot of the time. Like I was on the basketball team, and basically like we had to take the bus to go certain places, right? And one day we had a game or something like that, and we had to take the bus. I saw this dude is waiting in front of the bus. Like he's waiting, like he's real there waiting in front of the bus, like trying to intimidate me. I'm like, oh, like I'm gonna have to fight this nigga right here, right now. Like, I'm finna have to fight him. I'm gonna have to fight him in front of the coach, bro. Like I was like, wow, like he's really just chilling here, like waiting for me. But yeah, the guy never ended up trying to. I mean, they ended up moving or something like that. Yeah, and I was just like, oh, okay, wow, like, yeah, I don't deal with that no more. So, yeah, that's a story. That's like my first fight. I mean, I had a couple more fights after that, but I don't think they were as interesting as that one. Is that guy like stalking me or whatever? Yeah, they weren't as interesting as that guy stalking me or whatever. But yeah, yeah. Well, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. I hope this was something like a little more interesting for you guys to learn about or whatever. But yeah, I never saw that guy again, and I'm here now. I didn't get beat up or jumped, so I'm happy about that. All right, yeah. Well, thank you guys for watching. Like and sub if you guys enjoyed the video, and I'm out. Peace.